Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ty, interpreting weather, and we are back with another video. Today, we're going to be discussing the official snowfall forecast for the Northeast for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We're going to be seeing if there's a possibility that you could be in a white Christmas. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to discuss this very quickly. Then we're going to move on to my official snowfall forecast. We are first here with the GFS, and this is current right now. As you can see in yesterday's video, I talked about how this storm was going to be up the coast, and it did affect Maine a pretty good amount. It brought a few inches to some places. So yeah, that's already done. And now we have all this cold air in place. So that is going to be a great setup if we're gonna do have a storm. Now we are here on the morning of Christmas Eve. We have snow starting near the Great Lakes, mostly in Canada. And move it forward, and it's mostly now going to affect most of New York, Massachusetts, Vermont, and Connecticut and Rhode Island, a little bit of New Hampshire. But this is a pretty good event if you're in this blue area, especially this dark dot blue area. That's heavy snowfall. I think that's also near Albany. But this does stick around for a little bit. Now it's a very light snow event. It does actually stick around for a pretty long time, and then it goes off. And for that, we are now approaching Christmas Day, and now we have this significant system right here. It's gonna be riding the blue isobar lines here, causing a few snow in some places, scattered snow showers, snow squalls. Then we have this system right here, 991 millibar low pressure system. Mostly going to be rain for the Northeast, but it does switch over to snow in some places in New York, most of Vermont and New Hampshire. Western Massachusetts also gets part of that snow as well. But this does intensify off the coast. We did discuss this in another video, that this would be very significant between Christmas, actual Christmas Day during the nighttime. It is going to intensify off of Cape Cod, and it is going to become a 981 millibar low pressure system. I think this is now going to be a pretty significant nor'easter for the coastal areas at this point. And then that does close off. It does intensify to a 977 low pressure system, and then it's off. We're back here with some more cold air, and we have this little system right here. I don't know if it might do anything. It doesn't really, but we do have another low pressure system that could bring some freezing rain, a lot of it actually. And this system does bring a lot of cold air in the west. And this is also a bomb cyclone that we've been talking about around sometime before the end of the year. We could be looking at a pretty significant storm right here in the west in the Cascades. But over back on the east, a lot of freezing rain, some severe weather for these some mid-Atlantic states, some southeastern U.S. states, and then that closes off, and we are now on New Year's Eve. We have cold air in place, and we do have this little system right here going to bring a lot of freezing precipitation to a lot of places, and it is going to make its way to the Northeast sorry, didn't mean to get that. Okay, so it is going to bring a lot of snow to a lot of places, and a very heavy freezing rain in northeastern Pennsylvania, actually. And this is on New Year's Day. Oh no, New Year's Eve. And it does affect a little bit amount of the Northeast, a fair amount actually, but then it goes away. And we are finally in January, and we do have a little bit of an Arctic blast here going all the way down to Texas, and that is very frigid temperatures right here. It's going to be pretty much, I would say, 60 to 70% of the U.S. is going to be below freezing at the start of the year. And then we close things out with the GFS model with a few storm systems here and there. There's this significant one over here. But that is all for the GFS. Now it will be time for the Euro model. Alright, so this is the European model, and it is a little bit late on this system right now. it does have the low pressure system right here, and it is still bringing a little bit of significant snow to Maine. It is a little bit heavier, I would say, than the GFS model. Uh, so yeah, that's that right there. But as we move forward in time to maybe around when this video releases, we could get a pretty cold air for the Northeast. A lot of mixed precipitation near the Rockies. We have cold air in place, and it does have a little bit of flurries, but it's very, very light compared to the GFS. And this is some light snow right here in New York, and then it moves down to southeast New England, and it goes out of here. But it also has this on Christmas Day. This system. This is in the morning when the children go open our presents. If you are in Albany, you could be seeing snow. And if you are in Toronto, you could be seeing some mixed precipitation there. But that quickly closes out, and we do have a little bit of cold air in place. And the Euro doesn't actually have a significant snow system like like the GFS did. It did have a transfer of energy from here to down here near the coast, but I don't see that here. So that's not really going to do anything. I think the European is being a little bit less on snowfall. I think it's mostly rain for the Northeast. And that goes away. And we do have a lot of cold air in place, and we have this significant storm also the GFS was showing. It's gonna bring down a lot of cold air in January, and actually some of that really heavy snowfall. I'm talking like 1 inch and like 1 to 2 inches an hour um of snowfall rates in in New England. Most of it, a lot of freezing rain, precipitation. Basically, pretty much all of Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, and New Hampshire are all seeing snow. But Connecticut is seeing a lot of mixing going around. But that quickly changes, and we get mixed precipitation throughout New England. And that ends it for the Euro model, but we do have a massive amount of cold air here to work with. That's it for the Euro model for now. So let's move on with the total snowfall accumulations from each model, and then I'll show you my personal forecast on how much snow you're gonna get. All right, so we have our snowfall forecast for the GFS model. So, first of all, let's look at the Northeast so far. Well, Maine is getting a pretty good amount of snow, from that last system. A few places getting up to around half a foot. Um, Southern New England, nothing at all. Just a dusting in some areas of Northwest Massachusetts. New York seeing a few inches from the source from the storm, but that's it for now. But let's move forward in time to when our first snow system goes by, our Christmas Eve storm. It does bring. This is what the GFS was predicting. Boston, you're getting an inch. Maine, this little pocket right here, over a foot. Near the White Mountains in New Hampshire, you're getting around more than half a foot. Montpelier, you're getting a few inches. Albany, you're probably only get around 1 or 2 inches. Niagara Falls, not as much as yesterday's video, probably only an inch or two at this point. New York City actually has a chance of seeing some snowflakes. No accumulation in New York City, but actually some chance for some snowflakes. And for the rest of the areas, I'm just gonna go right, and you can see all the snowfall amounts here. And that's basically it. And if we move on to our next system, on Christmas Day, we do have that burst of snowfall there. And this is actually more significant on Christmas Day. So this is afternoon. So this is from Christmas Day morning to to December 26th in the afternoon. Boston actually getting up to 2 or 3 inches there. All of Vermont and New Hampshire getting over at least 4 inches, over 4 inches. Coastal regions of Maine only around 1 to 3 inches. This little pocket right here, an additional whole foot of snow there. Albany, you're probably gonna get around an inch or two. Northern New York, you're gonna get like around anywhere between 6 to 12 inches. There could be some pockets of a foot. Providence, only an inch or two, and most of Connecticut only gonna see a dusting. New York City also has a chance of seeing some flurries again. No accumulation, but you could see your first snowflakes. So that's it for the GFS. Now it's time for the Euro model. All right, so we are now here with the European model. And right now it says that there is around 3 to 6 inches of snow in Maine right now, and in the White Mountains in New Hampshire it's around 2 to 3 inches. Um, right now, the storm is currently now gone. I think all the snow you're gonna see from now on, Maine is only gonna be around an additional half, an inch to an inch of snow. But it is going to dump a little bit more snow, the European model says. A few additional inches. And now comes the storm, here comes the Christmas and Christmas Eve storm. Let's start with the Christmas Eve storm. The Christmas Eve storm. This is at 12 a.m. This ends at 12 a.m. on Christmas Day. And in some places in New York, you could get around a few pockets of 2 to 3 inches of snow. Toronto, you're gonna get around an inch. Boston, only around a coating. White Mountains, 2 to 3 inches of snow. Most of New England, basically just a dusting, except for the coastal areas of Maine, you're probably gonna get nothing. In New York, you actually could get a little bit of accumulation there. But as we advance forward on the European model, this is on December 27th. This is after the Christmas Eve storm has passed. Parts of New York could actually be seeing pockets of maybe even 4 to 5 inches. I wouldn't be surprised if there were a few 6-inch spots over there. Um, most of Massachusetts is only about to get an inch or two, while the West gets around 2. Northern Connecticut, you could be looking at an inch or two. But in southern Connecticut, you're probably gonna get nothing. Central, probably an inch. Providence, basically the whole state's gonna get around half an inch to an inch of snow. Vermont 2 to 3. Southern New Hampshire only an inch or two. But as you go up, you could in the White Mountains you could be seeing up to half a foot, and as you go even more north, there could be 2 to 3 inches by then. In Maine, you're not going to get additional snow, but Western Maine could get a little bit of additional snow there. And let's just say for fun, let's keep playing this out. Wow, look at this. This is the New Year's Eve storm, the one where I told you where it's going to transfer its energy down to here. It is going to be very significant, actually. Total accumulations could be around 3 to 4 inches for all of Massachusetts, half a foot in some places, actually. The European model was definitely not looking like this yesterday with this last run. With this last run, it predicted absolutely nothing for these regions. Now, we could be looking over a half a foot and around like 20% of the Northeast could be seeing over half a foot, maybe even a foot up in Maine, actually. I'm just gonna scroll around. You can see your snowfall totals. That's it for the Euro, and time for my forecast for how much snow you're gonna get for the Christmas from Christmas Day all the way to New Year's Eve. We're gonna see how much total snowfall you're gonna get. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is my snowfall forecast for Christmas Eve to New Year's Day, or January 1st. So if you are underneath this line right here, then you are only about to get a coating to an inch. That also includes Nantucket over here, only a coating to an inch. If you live in this region, over here in Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, Long Island, southern, New York City, southern, Connecticut, southern Rhode Island, and Martha's Vineyard, and maybe a little bit part cut off from Massachusetts, Cape Cod, you're only looking around an inch or two. If you're in this area over here, which includes Boston, Buffalo, Niagara Falls, Hartford, Connecticut, New Haven, you're gonna see around 2 to 4 inches of snow. And up here, if you live in this region right here, that does include Worcester, Massachusetts, Concord, New Hampshire, Albany, New York, and Augusta, Maine, and Bangor, Maine, right on the line. You can be looking around 4 to 6 inches of snow. Okay, if you're up in this region over here, you can be looking at 6 inches to a foot. That does include mostly northern New York and southern Vermont, and a tiny cut across the White Mountains, and that could be just north of Bangor, Maine. But if you live up here in the extreme regions of northern New England and the very tip of New York, you could be looking for more than a foot plus. And also, I'm predicting up here in this region where my mouse is right now. If you're in the circle that I'm pointing out, you could be looking at even 1.5 to 2 feet of snow possible. So that is going to be the snowfall forecast for me for Christmas Eve all the way to New Year's Day. I hope you like this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I wish you a very happy and Merry Christmas and a very jubilant and happy New Year's. So, I will be posting after Christmas. I will start posting on December 26th, and forward from all then. So, starting from December 26th or 27th, I will be, making more videos, but I'm gonna take a break now, and, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!